Hello and welcome to another edition of Check It Out. Okay, friends, this is my 4-week follow-up after hip surgery. I have made it 4 weeks on these stinking crutches. I am getting sick of crutches. Today I'm going to tell you how this last month has been. I'll give you an update on the pain. I'll tell you what is turning out to not be a big deal and what is getting to be a big deal. Crutches, getting sick and tired of you. And maybe just a couple little common sense tips, something like that, and just kind of share my experience with you. And friends, keep in mind, I'm doing just that, sharing my experience with you. This is not medical advice, nothing like that. This is just kind of explaining what I'm going through. So maybe if you have a similar injury, this might be a representation of what you'll have to do. Keep in mind, this is a torn labrum in the hip, but it's a pretty bad tear. The cartilage was torn as well. And they performed a microfracture. The microfracture is basically drilling small holes into the bone, and then they kind of hope that the cartilage grows back. And it basically means that I and people who do this surgery have to be on crutches for a longer, extended period of time to try to get that cartilage to grow. So unfortunately for me, I'm at 4 weeks and still on crutches. My understanding is that without the microfracture, it's less crutches time, and I believe that without the microfracture, I would be weaning off the crutches. I'm not entirely sure about that. But for me, I've got 2 more weeks of full crutches, and then we're going to reevaluate. And then after that, I believe it's 2 more weeks. If everything looks good, then it's 2 more weeks of weaning off the crutches and just ever so slightly putting more and more weight on that hip until I'm off the crutches. I think that's the plan. I have to meet with the surgeon again in 2 more weeks. That'll be a 6-week follow-up, and then we will come up with the game plan from there. So as I've said earlier, I'll talk about a couple things that haven't been a big deal, and I've kind of said this throughout. The hip surgery for me hasn't been very painful. And I'll retract that a little bit for like physical therapy. Every once in a while, it'll kind of like, they'll hit a little spot that might hurt just a little bit, a little pinch, something like that, but really nothing bad at all. And as far as the actual wound sites go, if you will, where they went in, nothing really painful there. And in fact, maybe I'll even show you today, and I'll kind of show you how it's coming together here. So here's the 3 spots that they went in. Here's spot number 1, number 2. For some reason, number 3 is not healing up as well as the first 2. It kind of wasn't too happy after the surgery, and this spot has definitely taken longer to heal up than the others, but that's it right there. So again, that is 4 weeks post-surgery, what the incision sites look like. So, and let's see here, what else was I going to talk about? So the crutches, boy, I am getting so sick and tired of crutches, and I'm once again going to say that if you have the opportunity to get the handicap placard, especially if you're going to be on the crutches a long period of time. So for me, that's 6 weeks and then 2 bonus weeks, if you will, of weaning off the crutches for a total of 8 weeks. And again, that sounds like it's going to be a minimum. And it might even go longer than that, depending on how my evaluation goes. So if you're going to do the same surgery, I would highly recommend get that placard so that you can park in the handicap. The crutches, I mean, I'm a pretty big, strong guy, but I'll tell you what, the palm of my hands are sore. And I feel like I'm just, in general, sick of the crutches. And make sure you watch my other videos, too, if you haven't seen this already. This is a new set of crutches, and I explained in one of my previous videos the kind of pretty scary, bad experience I had trying to use some older crutches. So, all right, friends, I don't think I'm going to talk too much more. Physical therapy is going well. I am continuing to go in 2 days a week now, not 3 days a week, but I still have to do all kinds of homework every single day. So even though I'm only going in 2 days a week, basically, which is kind of nice, I don't have to drive in and do that, but basically it's almost the same amount of time if I truly do my exercises as I'm supposed to do. And I have been warned that I do need to make sure that I do them pretty strictly if I'm going to get the results that I want to get on recovering from this surgery. And that's one thing I'm a little bit nervous about is while I have been pretty pain-free, I haven't had the big test, right? As I put more weight on that hip in the future, I would imagine that'll kind of be the test on if the hip is in pain or if it's not in pain. So to answer a couple questions, a couple people in the comments were asking. One of them was about the 90 degrees. When I first had the surgery, for those first week or two, I wasn't supposed to bend that joint, the hip joint, past 90 degrees. And they were asking why. The honest truth is, I'm not sure why. I believe that part of it was that I was supposed to be on pain medication, or at least they give the option to be on pain medication. And I think that the surgeon and the doctor want to make sure that I'm not overextending anything because I'm not feeling that pain because of the pain medications. So I think it was just kind of a precaution. But now that I've been 4 weeks out, the last week or two, my therapist, physical therapist, has definitely been taking that hip past 90 degrees and just ever so slightly every time we go in, they go a little bit further as long as it's pain-free, and keep kind of stretching and getting exercise into that hip area. And the exercises I do at home as well extend it past that 90 degrees, and just basically it's mostly to the point of discomfort, and then I don't go past that level of discomfort. And slowly but gradually, by doing the physical therapy and doing the exercises at home, I definitely have seen that hip become more and more flexible, getting closer and closer to the flexibility I used to have, or the flexibility in my other hip. I've seen a couple comments too asking about my biggest inconvenience and what it's been like to be on the crutches for 4 weeks. And I so far would call this a surgery of inconvenience. So these crutches are a pain in the neck. I am married with 3 kids, and my kids are 8 years and younger. So I got little ones, and that part is hard, chasing around kids on these crutches. And like I said, my hands and forearms are sick and tired of these crutches. And that part has been challenging. And then just getting around, so I'm getting ready to go back to work now. And I've been in a few days now, and just kind of getting around in those kind of distances, like having to go on the crutches for, I don't know how far, but I'm going to call it like a couple 100 yards. That gets tiring really quick. So that part of it is, again, back to that kind of inconvenience / pain in the neck. You know, it's not like a tremendous amount of pain in the hip, but it's a pain in the neck just getting around. So I'm looking forward to this next month flying by and to racing and chasing kids without crutches. One more thing someone was asking me is the stitches. About stitches, I believe that there are stitches in my hip, and in fact there are for sure, because I even showed in some of the earlier videos those pictures of these stitches, and there are internal stitches and external stitches. So the external stitches that were on my wound, those were taken out at week 2, I believe. I'd have to go back and watch my own videos. Can't quite remember that, but I think it was week 2 they took the stitches out. And then there's also some internal stitches that stitched up the labrum tear, and I can't quite remember, maybe even the cartilage tear. I'm not quite sure on that, but I do know for sure that there are multiple stitches inside my hip, and my understanding is that those do not dissolve, that basically they just kind of stay there permanently, and that the boy, I might be messing this part up, but the labrum and or cartilage kind of regrow over the stitches, and it just kind of forms a small little hump there. But the idea is that it'll be real small, and that the joint just kind of goes right on top of the stitches. So I didn't say that very well at all, but anyway, I hope that explains it for that person who was asking. The stitches inside the hip do not dissolve, is my understanding, and they basically stay there permanently, and the stitches on the outside taken out at week 2. All right, friends, that's going to do it for today, my 1-month follow-up. As you can tell, I'm a little angry at these crutches, but, well, I guess without the crutches, I would be doing a lot worse, so maybe I should be nice to the crutches. I think I'm getting delirious here. I've been talking too much. I'll let you guys go. My plan is to try to give updates every 3 to 4, maybe 5 days, unless there's a significant change in that I think would be beneficial to report on. So anyway, bye for now, and we'll see you guys in a few days.